Most people think that eye problems are only about age, genetics, or spending too much time on screens, but that's not the full picture. The truth is, your eyes are mirrors of your overall health. They reflect what's going on inside your body. When you look at someone's eyes, you can tell a lot about their nutrition, their sleep quality, their liver health, even their blood sugar levels. And yet, when most people go to a doctor for vision issues, they're usually told to just change their glasses or get stronger lenses. But here's the thing. That doesn't fix the root cause. It only hides the symptoms. Your eyes are not isolated organs. They're actually an extension of your brain. In fact, your optic nerve is a direct connection between your eyes and your central nervous system. So whatever affects your brain, inflammation, oxidative stress, poor circulation, will eventually affect your eyes. And if your diet is full of sugar, processed foods, and vegetable oils, you're damaging the delicate microvessels that keep your eyes nourished. Over time, those vessels become weak, oxygen flow reduces, and your eyesight starts to fade. That's why eye health isn't about lenses or drops, it's about cellular health. Let's talk about something most people overlook. Nutrition for the eyes. Your eyes need very specific nutrients to stay strong and functional. Vitamin A, for instance, is critical for night vision. Without enough vitamin A, your retina can't properly convert light into images. That's why people with deficiencies often struggle to see clearly in the dark. You can get vitamin A from foods like beef liver, eggs, butter, and cod liver oil. But here's the catch. Most people today avoid those foods. They go low fat, thinking it's healthy, and end up starving their eyes of essential nutrients. Then there's zinc, a trace mineral that helps your retina function proper. Zinc is also needed to move vitamin A from your liver to your eyes. If you're low in zinc, vitamin A can't do its job. Many people are deficient because of modern diets and poor soil quality. Foods like red meat, pumpkin seeds, and shellfish are great sources, but they're not eaten often enough. And that's why so many people experience dryness, blurry vision, and sensitivity to light, not because of age, but because of nutritional imbalance. Your eyes also rely heavily on antioxidants, especially lutein and zeaxanthin. These two are like sunscreen for your eyes. They filter harmful blue light and protect your retina from oxidative stress. You can find them in dark, leafy greens like spinach, kale, and collard greens. But again, how often do people actually eat those? Instead, most diets today are filled with refined carbs, sugars, and fried foods that increase inflammation. The result? The protective pigments in your eyes get depleted and your vision starts to suffer. And let's not forget about omega-3 fatty acids, particularly DHA. This type of fat makes up a big part of your retina's structure. Without enough DHA, your retina becomes weak and dry. That's why people who eat more oily fish, like salmon and sardines, tend to have sharper vision and lower risk of macular degeneration. On the other hand, vegetable oils like canola, corn, and sunflower oil contain omega-6 fats that create inflammation and block DHA from working properly. So when you replace natural fats with industrial oils, you're actually damaging your eyes on a cellular level. Now let's talk about lifestyle. Eye strain isn't just about screens, and it's also about how often you blink, how hydrated you are, and how long you go without rest. When you stare at screens for hours without breaks, your blink rate drops by 60%. That means your eyes dry out faster. Dry eyes are not just uncomfortable. They can also cause micro tears on the surface of your cornea, leading to irritation and blurred vision. Simple habits like looking away from the screen every 20 minutes, staying hydrated, and getting enough omega-3s can make a huge difference. Sleep plays another major role. Your eyes need deep sleep for repair and detoxification. During REM sleep, blood flow to your eyes increases and the cells repair oxidative damage from the day. If you're staying up late, scrolling through your phone in the dark, or sleeping poorly, you're robbing your eyes of that healing time. That's why people who sleep better often notice brighter, clearer eyes. It's not magic, it's biology. And then there's stress. Chronic stress elevates cortisol, which raises blood sugar and constricts blood vessels, including those that feed your eyes. Over time, this reduces oxygen supply and increases inflammation. Ever notice how your eyes feel tired or strained after a stressful day? That's your body's signal. You can't separate mental health from eye health. When your nervous system is constantly under pressure, your eyes will show it. So when we talk about protecting your vision, we're really talking about protecting your overall metabolic health. You can't have sharp eyes in a body that's inflamed, nutrient deficient, and insulin resistant. Every system is connected. Your liver filters toxins that could otherwise damage your eyes. Your pancreas regulates sugar that could destroy retinal cells, and your gut absorbs the nutrients your eyes depend on. Eye health is a whole body process, and that's why doctors rarely talk about these things, because traditional medicine focuses on treating symptoms, not the root causes. But your vision is too precious to ignore. Every small change you make, cutting sugar, eating more greens, adding healthy fats, managing stress, adds up to stronger, clearer, and younger eyes. Let's talk about something most people ignore when it comes to their eyes: sugar. High blood sugar is one of the most silent and dangerous threats to your vision. When your blood sugar stays elevated even slightly, it begins to damage the small, delicate capillaries that supply blood to your retina. These capillaries are extremely thin. Imagine hair strands thinner than silk. And when sugar coats them, they stiffen, clog, and lose their ability to deliver oxygen. Over time, your retina starts starving. This is how vision problems begin long before any doctor tells you that you're diabetic. It's not sudden blindness, it's slow damage, happening every single day. You overload your system with sugar and refined carbs. And here's something that surprises most people. You don't have to be diabetic for that damage to start. Even borderline high blood sugar, the kind that happens when you snack every few hours or live on processed foods, can start the process of retinal deterioration. Your eyes depend on a constant clean blood supply, but every time insulin spikes, it causes inflammation and oxidative stress. When that happens again and again, your body can't repair those capillaries fast enough. The result? Blurry vision, floaters, and eventually conditions like macular degeneration and diabetic retinopathy, even in people who've never been diagnosed with diabetes. So how do you fix that? It's not about taking more supplements or using eye drops. It starts with stabilizing your blood sugar. That's where intermittent fasting becomes a game changer. When you stop eating every few hours and give your body time to rest between meals, insulin levels drop, inflammation goes down, and blood flow improves. Think of it like giving your eyes a break from toxic overload. Your body begins to repair the tiny vessels that feed the retina, allowing more oxygen and nutrients to reach those cells. The best part? You don't have to starve yourself. You simply reduce your eating window. Maybe you eat 2 meals instead of 3, or you skip late night snacks. Within weeks, you'll notice not just better focus and energy, but often clearer vision. Why? Because your body is no longer fighting constant sugar spikes. Your insulin is calm, your circulation improves, and your eyes can finally heal. Remember, insulin resistance doesn't just affect your waistline, it affects your eyesight too. Now, once your blood sugar stabilizes, it's time to feed your eyes the right nutrients. Let's talk about the power of green vegetables: spinach, kale, broccoli, collard greens. These foods are loaded with lutein and zeaxanthin, 2 carotenoids that act like natural sunglasses for your eyes. They filter harmful blue light from screens and protect your retina from oxidative damage. Most people today spend hours looking at phones and laptops, which emit intense blue light that stresses the eyes. Without enough lutein and zeaxanthin, your retina becomes vulnerable to that light. But when you eat these greens daily, they form a protective layer inside your macula, the central part of your retina responsible for sharp vision. These nutrients are fat-soluble, meaning your body absorbs them better when you eat them with healthy fats, like olive oil, avocado, or eggs. That's another reason low-fat diets often cause vision problems. When you cut out fats, you also block the absorption of the very nutrients your eyes need most. So, a simple tip: drizzle olive oil on your salad or add some avocado with your greens. You'll boost absorption and give your eyes a natural defense system. Another key nutrient is vitamin C. Your eyes have one of the highest concentrations of vitamin C in the body. It's a powerful antioxidant that protects the lens and retina from oxidative stress caused by light TV exposure. But vitamin C gets depleted easily, especially if you're stressed, consuming sugar, or exposed to pollution. Sugar and vitamin C actually compete for the same transport pathways into your cells. So When sugar levels are high, vitamin C can't get in. That's another reason high sugar diets accelerate eye aging. They literally block antioxidant protection. Foods like bell peppers, lemons, and strawberries are great natural sources of vitamin C that keep your eyes protected. Now let's talk about sleep, something most people underestimate. During deep sleep, your body does most of its repair work, including the delicate tissues of your eyes. Blood flow to the eyes increases, antioxidant levels rise, and damaged cells are replaced. If you're sleeping less than 6 hours a night, your eyes don't get enough recovery time. That's why you wake up with redness, puffiness, or dryness. Your body hasn't finished its cleanup process. Prioritize sleep, not just for energy, but for your eyesight. And what about hydration? Your eyes are made up of fluids that need proper balance to function. The tear film that keeps your eyes moist is mostly water. When you're dehydrated, your tear production drops, and your eyes start to feel gritty and dry. People often mistake that dryness for eye fatigue, but it's really dehydration at a cellular level. So make it a habit to drink clean water throughout the day. Limit caffeine, which can dehydrate, and include foods with natural water content. Cucumbers, lettuce, and watermelon. Finally, there's something few people talk about: the connection between your gut and your eyes. A healthy gut microbiome reduces inflammation throughout the body, including your eyes. When your gut is inflamed from antibiotics, processed food, or sugar, that inflammation travels through the bloodstream. It increases oxidative stress in your retina and optic nerve. Fermented foods like kefir, kimchi, and sauerkraut help restore gut balance, which indirectly improves your eye health too. So protecting your eyes isn't about a fancy supplement or expensive glasses. It's about creating an internal environment where your eyes can thrive. Stable blood sugar, strong circulation, rich nutrients, and proper rest. Once you correct the inside, the outside takes care of itself. When we talk about eye health, one of the biggest secrets that almost no one mentions, not even most doctors, is fat. Yes, fat. The right kind of fat is absolutely essential for healthy eyes. Your retina, which is the light-sensitive tissue at the back of your eye, is made up of about 60% fat. And the most important type of fat there is called DHA, a specific omega-3 fatty acid. DHA is like the building block of your retina's cells. Without it, your vision starts to weaken, your eyes dry out faster, and you become more sensitive to light. But here's the problem. Most people today are eating the wrong kinds of fats. Instead of natural fats from fish, eggs, and butter, they consume industrial seed oils like canola, corn, soybean, and sunflower oil. These oils are loaded with omega-6 fatty acids, which trigger inflammation inside the body. When that inflammation reaches your eyes, it starts damaging the tiny structures that allow you to see clearly. Over time, this imbalance between omega-3 and omega-6 fats can lead to macular degeneration, dry eyes, and even cataracts. To keep your retina healthy, you need to rebuild it with real fats. The best source of DHA is wild-caught fatty fish: salmon, sardines, mackerel, anchovies, and cod liver oil. These foods don't just provide DHA, they also contain vitamin D and vitamin A, which work together to protect your eyes from oxidative stress. Just 2 or 3 servings of these fish per week can make a noticeable difference in eye clarity, especially if you've been living on a modern processed diet. And then there's vitamin E, another powerful protector for your eyes. Think of vitamin E as your eye's shield against oxidation. Every time light enters your eyes, it produces a bit of oxidative stress. Vitamin E helps neutralize that stress before it damages the delicate fats in your retina. The best sources: almonds, sunflower seeds, avocados, and olive oil. But again, the key is to avoid refined, heated oils. Those destroy vitamin E and create free radicals that harm your vision. Now let's talk about something that often surprises people: cholesterol. We've been told for decades that cholesterol is bad, but your eyes actually need it. Cholesterol is used to make vitamin D, hormones, and cell membranes, including the membranes of your retina and cornea. When you go on an extremely low-fat or low-cholesterol diet, your body struggles to maintain eye moisture and elasticity. That's one reason people who switch to strict low-fat diets often complain about dry eyes. It's not dehydration, it's a lack of fat at the cellular level. Another key player is zinc. Zinc doesn't get enough credit, but it's crucial for eye enzymes that convert vitamin A into its active form, retinal, which is used for night vision. When you don't have enough zinc, you might find it harder to see in dim light or recover from bright flashes. Red meat, shellfish, and pumpkin seeds are excellent sources. And remember, if you're vegetarian or vegan, you may need to pay extra attention to your zinc intake, since plant sources aren't absorbed as efficiently. Now, let's talk about something that affects almost everyone: screen exposure. We live surrounded by blue light from phones, computers, and TVs. Blue light is high energy and penetrates deeply into the retina, generating oxidative stress. This is where antioxidants like lutein, zeaxanthin, and astaxanthin come in. Lutein and zeaxanthin, found in leafy greens like kale and spee, form a yellow pigment in your macula that filters out blue light naturally. Astaxanthin, a red pigment found in wild salmon and krill oil, helps protect the eye from UV and screen-related damage. Together, these antioxidants strengthen your retina and slow down aging in the eye tissues. People often spend hundreds of dollars on blue light glasses, but your best protection actually comes from within, through nutrition. When you eat a nutrient-dense, anti-inflammatory diet, your eyes build their own defense system. No external filter can match that internal resilience. Let's also not forget blood flow. Your eyes depend on a steady supply of oxygen and nutrients. If you have poor circulation due to high blood sugar, high blood pressure, or inflammation, your eyes will suffer first because their vessels are so small and sensitive. Omega-3 fats help improve blood flow by reducing platelet stickiness and lowering inflammation. That's why people who eat more fish often have lower rates of eye disease. There's another simple but powerful factor: hydration through fats. It might sound strange, but the fatty acids in your diet help maintain the moisture barrier on your eyes. When that barrier is healthy, your eyes stay lubricated naturally. That's why increasing omega-3 intake can often relieve chronic dry eyes better than eye drops. Instead of constantly adding moisture from the outside, you're teaching your eyes to retain it from the inside. Now here's something fascinating. Your eyes are metabolic sensors. They can literally sense what's happening in your body. When your metabolism slows down, when you're inflamed, or when your mitochondria, the energy factories in your cells, become weak, your vision reflects it. That's why people often say, "I feel tired, even my eyes feel tired." It's not a figure of speech, it's biology. The same mitochondria that produce energy for your muscles and brain also power your retina. And those mitochondria love omega-3 fats, B vitamins, and minerals like magnesium. When you nourish them, your vision feels sharper and your eye is less strained. To summarize this connection, your eyes are not just visual organs, they are metabolic, neural, and structural systems all in one. The quality of your vision depends on the quality of your fats, your antioxidants, and your circulation. Every meal you eat is either helping your eyes repair or helping them decay. It's that simple. When you eat whole, nutrient-dense foods, when you replace inflammatory oils with natural fats, and when you reduce sugar and processed food, your eyes begin to regenerate at the cellular level. You don't need a miracle pill. You just need to give your body the raw materials it needs to rebuild. Real food, real nutrients, real fats. That's how you keep your eyes not only seeing clearly, but aging slowly. Most people never realize that their liver and their eyes are deeply connected. It might sound strange at first. How can a digestive organ affect your vision? But when you look deeper into how the body works, it makes perfect sense. Your liver is the main filter of your bloodstream. It cleans out toxins, breaks down fats, and processes nutrients. And what feeds your eyes? Clean, oxygen-rich blood. If that blood is sluggish, fatty, or full of toxins, your eyes are the first to feel the effect. That's why people with liver issues often have puffy eyes, dark circles, or even yellowish whites in their eyes. It's a visible sign of what's happening inside. When the liver becomes fatty or overworked, it can't efficiently clear waste from the bloodstream. That waste circulates and eventually reaches the tiny vessels in your eyes. Those vessels are delicate. They can't handle dirty blood for long. Over time, toxins and oxidative byproducts start accumulating, reducing oxygen flow and causing irritation. You might notice symptoms like tired eyes, poor night vision, or a heavy feeling behind your eyes. It's not an eye problem. It's a liver problem showing up through your eyes. So how does the liver get in trouble in the first place? The main culprits are sugar, alcohol, and refined carbohydrates. Every time you consume sugar or white flour, your liver has to convert that excess glucose into fat. Over time, that fat builds up inside the liver cells, leading to what's called fatty liver disease, a silent epidemic that's affecting millions of people who don't even realize it. And when your liver is fatty, it can't store or deliver vitamin A properly. Remember earlier we talked about vitamin A being essential for night vision? Well, if your liver can't release it effectively, your eyes start suffering from deficiency even if your diet includes enough vitamin A. So if you want clear vision, start by cleaning your liver. The first step is cutting out sugar and processed foods, anything that spikes your insulin. When insulin levels stay high, the liver keeps converting sugar into fat. By removing those foods, you allow your liver to burn off that stored fat. Adding cruciferous vegetables like kale, broccoli, and cabbage helps tremendously because they contain compounds called sulforaphane and indole-3-carbinol that support liver detoxification. These compounds activate enzymes that literally help the liver clean itself. Next, focus on choline, a nutrient that helps move fat out of the liver. Without choline, fat starts to accumulate and block normal liver function. Foods rich in choline include eggs, salmon, beef liver, and chicken. People who avoid eggs because of cholesterol fears often end up with liver sluggishness and poor fat metabolism, which eventually affects their eye clarity. So don't fear healthy fats and eggs. They are some of the best natural liver support foods you can eat. Another key player is bile. Bile is the fluid your liver produces to break down fats and absorb fat-soluble vitamins, like vitamins A, D, E, and K. The C vitamins are essential for your eyes, especially A and E. When your bile flow is blocked due to gallstones, a fatty liver, or low bile production, your body can't digest these nutrients properly. As a result, your eyes don't get what they need, no matter how good your diet looks on paper. Signs of poor bile flow include bloating after eating, a bitter taste in the mouth, or light-colored stools. To support bile, add foods like beets, lemon water, and apple cider vinegar. They naturally stimulate bile production and keep digestion smooth. Let's also talk about detoxification. Most people think detox means drinking green juice or fasting for a day, but true detox happens in the liver through two main phases. In phase 1, toxins are converted into intermediate forms, and in phase 2, they are bound and excreted. If your liver doesn't have enough nutrients like B vitamins, selenium, or amino acids, those toxins get stuck halfway, becoming even more harmful. That's why a nutrient-rich, high-protein, low-sugar diet supports not only your liver, but also your eyes. Now there's another interesting connection, eye puffiness and fluid retention. When the liver or kidneys are sluggish, excess fluid can accumulate around the eyes. You wake up with that tired, swollen look. It's not just lack of sleep, it's your liver struggling to keep your fluids balanced. Once you clean up your diet and improve liver function, that puffiness often disappears naturally. The whites of your eyes start looking clearer and brighter because your body is actually detoxifying efficiently again. Let's not forget about antioxidants that specifically support both the liver and the eyes, like glutathione. Glutathione is your body's master antioxidant, and your liver produces it. But poor diet, alcohol, stress, and toxins deplete it quickly. When glutathione levels drop, oxidative stress skyrockets, especially in your eyes. You can boost it naturally with foods like asparagus, avocado, spinach, and sulfur-rich veggies like garlic and onions. Also, getting enough sleep helps your body regenerate glutathione overnight. So when people talk about bright eyes, they're really describing good liver function and efficient detox. Your eyes glow when your blood is clean, your nutrients are balanced, and your body isn't overloaded with toxins. Vision clarity doesn't just depend on your retina, it depends on how well your liver cleans and delivers nutrients to that retina. One more thing, hydration and minerals. Your liver needs minerals like magnesium and potassium to do its job properly. Processed food diets are low in both. When you don't have enough, your body can't manage fluids correctly, your blood becomes thicker, and circulation to the eyes suffers. Coconut water, leafy greens, and mineral-rich salt can help restore this balance. So if you want your eyes to stay clear, bright, and youthful, focus on the inside, not just the outside. Support your liver, cut down on sugar, eat nutrient-dense foods, and stay hydrated. When your liver runs efficiently, your blood runs clean. And when your blood runs clean, your eyes see the world with more brightness, color, and energy. Your vision is not just what happens in your eyes, it's the reflection of your body's inner health. When your liver is light, your eyes are light. When your blood flows freely, your sight stays sharp. Protect your liver, and your eyes will thank you every single day you open them